Oh, hello everybody, it is the weekend, and what a generous weekend it has turned out to be, because this week we have something very special. We have some early gameplay footage of Vegito Blue a bit ahead of schedule, a bit before he actually comes out. So I thought it could be fun for us to watch this video together, and I'll kind of break down what's happening. Now I'm not going to play the entire video in full, I am going to edit out the boring parts. I'm mainly going to interject on the parts that are important, so we can discuss his normals, his command attacks, his special moves, his supers, and the general strategy you want to use when playing this character. Because later on you do see some high level gameplay, and it shows you what kind of strategy you typically want to use with Vegito Blue. Alright, so without any further ado, let's watch the video. Okay, so right there we have his light attack, which hits multiple times and might be an issue for damage scaling. I recommend not starting off your combos with his standing light attack if you can help it. And you notice right there he did his auto combo, which leads the opponent to the air, just like your standard auto combo. Now, very interesting enough, his air heavy attack does not spike the opponent. It does not cause a slide knockdown. I think just like Bardock, you may have to actually use a EX special move or a heavy special move if you want to get the slide knockdown. And right there, that sliding move is his crouching medium, and that horizontal punch is his standing medium. His crouching medium actually jumps off the ground for a split second. I'm not sure if it's invulnerable to lows or not. It might actually be a low crush move. You see his spirit sword there? I thought initially the Spirit Sword was going to be a special move, but the more I watch this video, I think it might actually be a unique attack, meaning you hold a direction and then press a button, like say medium, and you get it that way instead. Now you can also do it in the air, which is why it might be a special move, but I never see an EX version. I just see a single version on the air and a single version on the ground. Now that move where he jumps and smashes the ground, that's very curious to me. I think that might also be a unique attack. Someone in a different video tried to say it might be Crouching Light. I'd be very surprised if that was Crouching Light. I think it's a unique attack, just like Gohan's ultimate high kick. We see a little bit of basic bread and butter combos here. Now that's his special. That's just tapping the key blast button. And it actually has 3 variations, so I imagine you hold the direction while doing it. So if you hold back while pressing special, you get a close version. If you hold it forward, you get a far version, and if you just press it by itself and don't hold the direction, then you get the standard version. And right there we see the energy sword, which picks the opponent up, and it actually switches sides as well. And you have a couple of options here. You can do his air throw special move, which I think might be unblockable, or you can just super dash, like straight up. And right there you saw him do a special into the energy sword right there again, and he super dashes, so yes, you can super dash afterwards. It's a very good hit confirm, and there's the air version. The air version does not have as good of range, but it picks them up into the air and he can throw them. Now that command grab right there, that air command grab is going to be your best way for getting a slide knockdown. Now the issue is that just like Broly, it throws them in the wrong direction, right? So if you're trying to do a corner combo, you can't spike them without throwing them behind you, and now they're out of the corner. So you're probably going to want to do a vanish to switch sides and then throw them. As annoying as that is, it might be what you have to do if you want to keep them in the corner. Unless you have some sort of other EX move that spikes them, but I don't think I've seen one in the entire video. And here we see his awesome sassy kicks. I've seen Rufomonger call it a sassy kick, it's a good move. There's his air key attack, so that's air special, and it's also his assist, and at first I thought it wasn't a very good assist, but the benefit of it is it's very fast and hits a pretty good amount of the screen, so it's going to be a great way to start off the match if he's not your main character. If he's not your point character and you want to jump backwards and do his assist, it's very fast and will hit the entire screen pretty much, so it'll beat your opponent's assist almost indefinitely, unless there's somebody crazy like Bardock, but even then he jumps up pretty quick, so he's pretty hard to actually hit. And right there we see his parry. Now the parry has me very excited. I'm not sure if it works on startup immediately or not, but the fact that it leads to a full combo or a super, as you see right here, has me very excited, especially since his level 3 can be done in the air. That means you can parry the opponent, super dash, and then do a level 3 just because they tried to attack you. And I love moves that are great for stopping pressure in this game. I love invincible reversals, and I love parries. Now I don't think it'll be on instant startup, but if it is, that would be awesome. If the second it activates that it parries, that would be amazing. And here you see his level 1, which has amazing range. It hits from full screen, and it is his tag super. So if you do a super and then tag into Vegito Blue, you get his Spirit Sword super, which has fantastic range. It's going to be a great way for extending combos all the time. It's not going to be like Trunks, where if you don't have the right super beforehand, it'll just whiff completely. It's going to bring them down to the ground every time, and no matter where they are on screen, it's going to hit them almost indefinitely. And here you see his other level 1 super, which is done in the air and only in the air. So if you're on the ground, you get the Spirit Sword, and if you're in the air, you get his instant transmission punch. and the instant transmission seems to track the opponent's location, so it's going to be a great way to punish moves from full screen with the level 1 super, and it keeps them pinned to the ground, so it's going to be great for tag super once again. If you have somebody else on your team and you want to switch to their super as well, it's perfect for that because it brings them all the way to the ground. Once again, we see his air special attack. We see it used here as an assist, and watch how fast it is. Look at that. It's almost instant, and he jumps up, which means if your opponent has, say, Goku Black and they do a beam projectile, the startup is actually too slow to hit him. He'll actually be in the air already, and his is going to win, and that's pretty fantastic. I actually saw a point in one of these videos where the opponent tried to vanish out of the corner after the assist was summoned, and they switched sides on the opponent, but the assist still hit them because he's far enough back for it to work. And here you see his level 3 super covers a very big portion of the screen, does 40% damage on its own, pretty crazy stuff, and it can be done in the air, which was very shocking to me. This character is going to be super versatile. He has a ground level 1 and air level 1, and his level 3 can be done in both areas, right? The ground or the air. Fantastic. Here you go, right here, and in the air combo with the level 3, crazy stuff. Now, most people I see end the combo with crazy kicks, and then cancel that into his level 3. Now, do be warned, if you do a level 3 in the air, you don't get the soft knockdown. And you definitely want that knockdown most of the time. It lets you do a setup afterwards. But if you do a level 3 in the air, they can flip out of it after the super's done. There's no guaranteed pressure. And right there is very interesting. So he does his command attack, right? His command normal where he punches the ground. He leaps through the air, and that is, by the way, invulnerable to lows. When he leaps in the air and smashes like that, completely low and vulnerable, at least when he jumps. And then after he lands that initial move, he can do a light attack, a medium attack, whatever he wants. So I'm not sure how that works. Most of the time you can't do a unique attack into a light attack, but he definitely can, and it's very interesting that he can do that. It has me very excited. This character's going to be a lot of fun for combos. And thankfully he has that special key attack that can teleport to different parts of the screen, so he won't have Teen Gohan syndrome, which is what I thought would actually be the case. I thought he was going to have crazy good pressure, but he wouldn't have any good projectile, so you could just keep him away the whole game if you had a good projectile. That's not the case. He can just beat you by just pressing special and holding a direction, and there you go, boom. He gets you hit, then he can do a Spirit Sword and just pull you out of the sky. And that Spirit Sword, by the way, does tend to whiff if they're on the ground, but if they're even slightly in the air or you hit them into the air, it connects every time, so it's actually very practical. And that's about it for their practice mode. After this they have some actual high level matches, but I want to discuss a few extra things that we didn't have time for. So first off, his air command grab that I think is probably unblockable just like Android 16. However, what it does allow you to do is recover and do either an air dash or just hit the opponent on the way down with a cross up. So you can do a block string, then whiff the command grab intentionally because it only hits in the air, at least from what I've seen, and then you'll cross them up, and on the way down you can do an air attack and cross them up. Now it's not going to work every time, especially if you don't lock them down with an assist, because they can just do down heavy on you. But if you do have an assist, you can whiff that command grab, call in your assist, lock them down, and then fall down with a cross up or dash back over like Bardock and do a sort of double cross up, and then go for an air attack. It's going to be very sneaky when you whiff that move. It's going to be a very good strategy. And one more thing I wanted to touch on is that standard key attack appears to be safe on block and maybe even plus. It recovers very quickly. However, I don't see a beam projectile from Blue Vegito, so I'm not sure if he can actually do any beam projectiles. Everything he does might lose to a Kamehameha or a Dodon Ray. All of that stuff might actually beat his standard key attacks. He doesn't seem to have any beam projectile properties, unless his regular key attack acts like Eraser Cannon or Eraser Blow from Broly. That doesn't look like a beam projectile, but it does beat other projectiles. I don't think Vegito Blue has any moves that beat projectiles, outside of Super Dash. So he is going to have a bit of a tougher time getting in, but thankfully he does have that projectile that appears on screen and can actually counter the opponent on startup. That's going to be a very good tool. And outside of that, I don't think I missed anything, but please post down in the comments if I did. And then to end this video, I thought it would be fun to do some commentary over the matches. Now I'm not going to go too crazy, but I do want to point out some cool stuff that I see here. Once again, these are semi-high level matches. In fact, let's just say they are high level matches. The only issue is Vegito Blue is new, so they're not doing anything too crazy, but there are a couple of cool techniques you see here. Okay, so right off the bat we have some corner pressure, we see his light attacks, and then that's definitely a unique attack because he used it to end the string, so I don't think it's a light attack. That looks like a unique attack, that ground smash move. We see it throw into a basic string, but once again, he can't do a slide knockdown in the corner after a throw. He has to spin the meter, and if he spins the meter, it's the command grab that switches sides, so it would have thrown the opponent out of the corner. So I'm curious what you're going to do in that situation to put the opponent in a slide knockdown. Is that going to be Vegito Blue's biggest nerf? is that you have to do Vanish and then spend an extra bar of meter just to get the slide knockdown 2 bars every time. That's going to be rough. Hopefully his sassy kicks will actually put a slide knockdown on the opponent. Those sassy kicks, by the way, cause a wall bounce when you do the medium version, but I've never seen that done mid-combo, so it might be that the medium is too slow to actually combo, it's more for whiff punishing. That could be a thing, or maybe I'm just wrong and they never actually used it for that purpose. But I imagine you could do the medium version and then super dash afterwards, since you do a wall bounce. But I never see them actually do it, at least I don't think so. Right now they're just playing Vegeta, so nothing cool's happening. We do see the Musi assist from Vegito Blue though, which is very fast and great for interrupting the opponent. It's also great for lockdown or for extending the combo in the corner, right? It's got a pretty big amount of range and enough hits done to extend the combo for a little bit. And once again, it's very fast, so it's similar to Bardock's assist in that way. It's gonna hit no matter what as long as you don't do it too late. Okay, finally some more Vegito Blue. Hopefully he's not killed right away. He's getting bullied right now, but now we have 2 Vegito Blues. Okay, so here we see him doing a level 1 super to bring the opponent down. That might be the only way to actually get the opponent on the ground during a corner combo, is just end with level 1 super. Now, it's not a hard knockdown, it's kind of a soft knockdown that can tech, but you're in a good situation still. You can still apply a bit of pressure, so that's good. Oh my gosh, so many down heavies winning right now. And Vegito Blue, by the way, has a pretty decent down heavy. It seems to have pretty good horizontal range, nothing crazy like Android 21, but it's not as bad as, say, Teen Gohan where it punches straight up. It seems to have decent range. Pretty okay, pretty average. Oh, we see him right there doing some pretty cool cancels into the spirit bomb thing. I don't know what to call it, his little spirit orb, it's his special attack. His projectile key attack. And he's dead, but we still have one more Vegito Blue on the team, right? Does the opponent still have him? Let me see. Yeah, he does. Okay, it was pretty tough to tell if he had him on his team or not. That picture they use is not very easy to recognize unless he's the point character. But the cool thing is you can actually do that, that key attack, his standing key attack, the orb, into his spirit sword, and if it connects, you get a full combo with a super dash. If it's blocked, you can just vanish and it's a true string, so that's pretty good to keep note of, right? That's important to take note. Okay, finally more Vegito Blue, let's see what he does. See, that low attack is sneaky, right? I think it may have just crushed a low just then, but I'm not sure. I think it actually hopped over a low attack right there. Or maybe the low attack was just too far away, but it has very good range. It's got very good range for a crouching medium attack, and it's not as slow as Beerus's, so it's pretty dang versatile. We're seeing a lot of throws happening in this match, a lot of throws. Nothing too crazy just yet, but I do love the option select of doing the Spirit Orb into his Spirit Sword, and then if it doesn't hit, you can vanish. If it does hit, just Super Dash and get a full combo. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, we have regular Goku versus Vegito Blue. If this was canon, it wouldn't be tough at all. So right there, Goku actually used a Super Dash, because it has low invulnerability, to beat that crouching medium from Vegito Blue. And as you can see, both Vegito Blues are now dead on each team, so let's go ahead and end the video right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my live breakdown. If you did, then please leave a like down below. And while you're down there, go ahead and post a comment too. What has you the most excited for Vegito Blue? And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell. That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.